Hey, welcome back to another episode of Pio Thoughts. It's me, Pio, again. And today we're going to be doing a personal type of podcast. So we're going to be talking about, things about just me, sort of like, what have I been doing recently, maybe changing myself mentally, physically, things that I've thought about, or a reflection, kind of just like, I guess not a diary, but like, just how have you been, Joey? Oh, let me tell you how I've been. Usually no one asks me that. No, actually, everyone always asks how I'm doing. I have a lot of people who care about me. It's crazy. I feel like I have more people caring about me than like the average. I'm very thankful for that. But what I do want to start off by saying was that I mentioned my internship around the end last podcast, and I thought maybe I should just tell you guys more about the internship. I don't think I should say the name of the company, but I'll just talk about how I got it and maybe the position I'm doing. So basically, right now, the internship I'm going to be doing this summer, it's going to be like a 3-month course. I am assuming it is, I talked about full-time and everything, a 9-to-5 job. I'm assuming it is a full-time gig where it's 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or something like that. But it could be something different, but that's what I'm assuming. It would be a 3-month course, and it is the position name is software development intern, which that is like a really big name for someone like me. I'm more used to bagger or like hardware. You understand? Not software development. I'm just parking lot attendant or stuff like that. But that's the position, which is perfect because my actual career, I want to become a software engineer / developer, which I heard they're basically the same. There's not really a difference. It's kind of like the position title. So like if you do a master's, I am getting a master's in software engineering, but you might not have a position that says software engineering. It'll say software developer, kind of like that. And but then all of a sudden I hear that software engineering is like software developer. But since you have the word engineer, you add a little bit more of an engineering math stuff to it. I don't know. But I'm excited that I'm in a position where it kind of is taking me to my direct career. If this job goes well, I'll be working at that company for a long time. Maybe it'll just be a one-time internship. Who knows? I'm excited. But I want to talk about how I first got it. So I was looking at other companies. One of them, I won't say any of the company names, but one of the company was an automotive company. They're an automotive supplier, kind of. So I'm not working for GM or Ford, which I actually wanted to work for GM and Ford, because those were like, automotive. I like automotive because I'm into cars, but I also love software. I don't want to be a mechanical engineer. I want to be in software, but at the same time, I want to be surrounded by cars. I love vehicle systems and cars. So my mentality was do software engineering and stuff like that, but in automotive. Therefore, I'm in cars. Therefore, I'm working with all these cool, like, new cars that are happening because I'm always interested in these self-driving cars. I'm interested in just the regular cars with the GPS, even the smallest software. I want to be able to work with it. And I always had that mentality. When I graduate, you work at Ford or GM or Chrysler, and that would be my dream. And again, something I've realized was you can't just plan out your entire career because things are going to go differently. Let's just say I go, I'm going to be taking calculus and the next semester calc 2, and then by this I'll be done. That could happen. That could be happening. If it does, that's good. But what if you fail calc 1? No one ever plans on failing it. You got to take calc 1 again. But you're supposed to take Calc 2 the next semester. All of a sudden, you're taking Calc 2 the following year. And there's nothing wrong with it. If you plan everything and you're not okay with a plan B, you're going to be disappointed when things happen. Maybe everything's happened your way your entire life, but I can assume that no one's ever had that way. I would assume. There's at least, even the smallest thing in your life has not went your way. It's just how things go. And it's all good because it's all about making your character better. It builds your character. You fail in a class, it makes you work harder so that maybe there's another class that's hard. You're like, I've already figured out that if you don't work hard enough, you're going to fail. So this new class that I might fail, I'm going to work hard. So therefore, you you failing that class prevented you from failing this class and maybe another class and maybe you working harder. Maybe it could make you switch majors and realize, hey, this is not for me. I want to do another career. Anything could happen. Life is a roller coaster. Life just goes wherever it wants you to go, and you just have to strap in and just stay there. And you're like, can I leave? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but I want to go. And they're like, it doesn't matter. Oh my God, let go of me. No. I don't want to go on the ride anymore. The seatbelt's not working. I'll stop. But basically, that was my mentality. So when I went in for my career fair at my school, I was going, I want to do the automotive. I want automotive. Beforehand, like this is me planning. And my friend Danny, he was telling me, you got to broaden everything. And this is my mom too and everyone. But they were telling me, you got to broaden your perspective because you never know. Maybe you'll find something better. And I was like, what's better than that? What's better? And Danny actually helped me because he's good with connections and stuff. He was able to just look at the companies and just quickly research because he kind of knows a few things about it. He asked a few friends, hey, have you worked here? Do you know about this? And he kind of made a short list of the places at a career fair to focus on because you can't go to like 205. That's crazy, So you make a short list of the things that you like. I kind of looked at the stuff that I like, and I merged them together, and I went to those companies. One of the companies that he recommended was the company that I'm going to intern now. And it was not an automotive place. It was just a full-on software company. And I always think, software company, that's not going to be that good because it's just going to be coding. And I always said this to myself. I don't want to just be on a computer coding nonstop forever. No, I want to be at a company where when I code something, it'll show what I'm doing. So, like, let's say I work on a car and I put it in. They'll test it. I don't want to just be like, here, make this sheet of code, and then you'll send your code to this boss, and your boss will take code and whatever. No, I want to do my code and go, does this work? And you don't just test on the computer. You test it on, like, something in front of you. Like those test dummies. When you have a test dummy in a car, and then they test it, and it crashes the entire car. I like that kind of stuff. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a fidget toy that I've been playing with. Ashley got it for me. It was one of the presents for Christmas. She gave me, like, a bunch of little toys as well as huge toys. And it's like a fidget thing, and I always play with it. And it has like 6 sides on it. It's really cool. But, dang it, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So what's funny was when I was going to the companies, he was actually helping me to introduce myself. One of the things I did badly last year, now this was not a career fair last year, but it was like just a meetup kind of thing where you talk to a few employers, and I didn't know how to talk. I was a freshman. So the way I did it was, hi, I'm Joey. This is my resume. What do you guys have to offer? And that's not what you say. You don't say, what do you have to offer? You say, here is what I have to offer. Is there any way that I could apply this to your company? That's how you have to figure this stuff out. Like, you can't ask them what they have. It's not a restaurant. You don't ask what the items are. You say, I have these things for you. It's kind of like you're selling them something. It's like, hey, I have these watches. Do you want to buy it? And, you'll advertise it in that way because then people be like, oh, you have these. Oh, and you're saying it right now. You're confident. So they'll like you. You'll stand out. And I did it that way. It was hard. First one, I was a little nervous, but I did it. Second one, I did it. And, all that. But it gets harder because when you keep introducing yourself, I went to the first person I talked to. The lady goes, oh, sorry. This is a mechanical engineer. I found out that the one that I went to, they split up. She told me that they split up from software and mechanical. So I went to the mechanical one. Software, I don't think, was there that day. I didn't know about this. So I go to them, and she goes, sorry, we're looking for a mechanical engineer. I go, oh, do you want my resume? She's like, that's okay. Like, I didn't know what to do because I'm like, oh, you said no, but should I still give you my resume? I don't know how this works anymore. And that felt a little bad. And then I went to another one. Oh, your software. No, we're looking for more like this kind of engineers because I keep going to the automotive. Automotive wants software engineers, but they mostly want mechanical because that's automotive. And so that's a disadvantage that I have right there. And I keep going to ones like, oh, sorry, we need this, we need this, we need this. I'm like, dang it. And I keep going to more and more. And it's just dropping my confidence lower and lower. And I just start to feel more and more bad. And I'm like, I don't like this. To the point where Ashley was actually studying like near the career fair, and I go up to Ashley. I don't want to do this anymore. It's terrible. I can't do this anymore. And then I go to this one company at the end, and I look through the list, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you?" And I look, and I'm like, "I like this one." And I talked to the lady there, and the lady was super nice. And I was like, "But I'm a sophomore," and that's a bad thing. A lot of them, one of the things they kept rejecting me was, "Oh, we're looking for a junior or senior. We're not looking for a sophomore." I'm like, man, but this lady said, "No, it's okay. We want sophomores. We're okay with them." And I was like, "Oh, perfect." I go to the lady and she gives me her business card. I give her my resume. I get a call back, and all of a sudden I get scheduled a phone interview. I'm getting so excited. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get this interview." During the interview, and this was when my sister was close to having the baby. She just had the baby recently, but we didn't get to see it. I just got to the hospital. All of a sudden, this interview is about to happen. I'm in my car, and the interview, I've never had a phone interview. And again, this is one of my bad things about me, is I cannot talk on the phone sometimes. Like, it's just, I get so nervous. I can't see the person. I like looking at, hey, this is me. Like, I'm looking at you. I don't want to talk to someone and it's on the phone. And especially since the connection can start getting bad, I don't want that. Because then I'll be talking and I'm like, I can't understand. I couldn't understand the person. Around the end, the guy's like, you're really good. You're really good. Oh, I see here you graduate 2022. Wait, does that make you a junior? I go, no, sophomore. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. We're looking for juniors. I apologize. I'm like, I have a lot to offer. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I have a lot to offer. He's like, yeah, I'm glad, but I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry. We can't hire you. I'm like, nice. I thought this was it. Like, I actually thought I just have to get through this interview as long as I don't look like a piece of crap in the interview. Like, I'm a nice guy who didn't fake everything on the resume. I'm good. No. And I found out some internships need to have a certain amount of juniors and seniors to, like, fill up. Like, it's required. I don't know why, but that's just how they have it. So that really depressed me. And I was like, oh, my God, this is terrible. And then I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I can keep going. There was one company, though, that at the career fair that actually felt like I was not going to, if there was one company I was not going to get, it was that company for sure. That, like, I don't know, they just felt so smart to me. They felt like it just felt like it wasn't for me. I just felt like, wow, my introduction did not go well. They didn't seem like they really wanted me. They seemed like a company that was too good for me. And even when I went to Ashley, I was like, I don't like what's going on, these companies, especially that one. That one was mean. It was it was just like the way they were describing their company made me it made me lose track of what they were saying. Like, they were going, we're working with servers connected to the data frame, and I was like, what? What are you doing? And I thought, if I can't even figure out what their company is doing, how can I even be in their company? So I was like, whatever. Here's my resume. I was almost not going to give my resume, but I was like, here's my resume, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't know. And I walked away. I was like, I didn't. Even when I was going through the career fair, I see them. I'm like, I don't want to look at them anymore. All of a sudden, after I get out of the company, the one where he rejects me, they email me and they say, hey, we've heard really good things about you. Would you be okay with, like, what did they say? They said, we really heard good things. We can't wait to let you know. And all of a sudden afterwards, they're like, hey, we looked at your stuff, because I emailed her back, and I was like, oh, that sounds really good. Thank you. I'm very interested, even though I really wasn't. And I was like, I was so in denial that I was like, oh, they don't really want me. They're just sending this to everyone. All of a sudden she goes, we would like to schedule an interview with you at this day. Even I was going, oh, I have to do an interview with them. I know I'm going to get rejected. I don't know how I got an interview, but I'm going to get rejected. And this is scary. It's a 1 hour interview. Half an hour is personal and half an hour is full on all technical. That means all, like, testing your code. I have never been tested on my actual career before. I'm used to going to Home Depot, going to Kroger. Hey, if a customer comes up to you like this, what would you do? I would do this. Oh, who are you as a person? I am like a lion. I like to roar in the jungle. Something like that, Oh, wow, you're powerful. But here it's like, no. Given this code, what would you do? I'm like, oh, God, I'm so scared. I was so nervous, but I was trying to prepare on everything I would say. And I went through the interview. All of a sudden, there were 2 people at my interview. Sorry, including me. There was one other person, so it was me and this other guy. I don't know why I said it like that. He's also from my college, and he, I found out, is a graduate student. So that's very nice. Sophomore and a graduate student. So it made me feel like, oh, I'm gonna get this. No, but actually I felt like I was not gonna get this. I was like, you know what? My motto was do the best you can. That's all you can do. Do the best you can. Because all I'm gonna be proud of today is if I can get through this doing the best I can. If I don't get it, who cares? All of a sudden, I go through the entire interview. They like me. They seem to like me, but I just didn't feel like it was for me. They even said, they're like, we don't really hire sophomores too much. We might a few times, but that's it. And then I go to the coding one, and I was like, oh, I did it, kind of, but it wasn't too impressive, I would say. All of a sudden, a few days later, I get a call, I get like an email back from them, and they're like, yeah, we want you. I'm like, are you serious? I was so surprised. I was like, you want me? Like, I was just so confused. Why do you want me? Like, I was almost going to email them. Why? Like, did you guys get the wrong person? And they were like, well, we really want you. It's going to be an interview at, like, on this day, doing this and this and this. I was like, wow. Like, I was very surprised that I was able to get that. I was very surprised, and I was so blessed, and I was very happy. But at the same time, I was also very skeptical. I was like, I don't think this is right. I don't think I'm qualified. And I realized my confidence was very low when it came to my career ability. I'm very smart, and I know I am, but I just feel like I don't deserve any of these good opportunities because I don't believe in myself high enough. And that's something I've been trying to work on, was believing in myself. I'm trying to increase my confidence in how smart I am, because you will not be successful if you don't think you are successful. You got to believe that you can go anywhere in the world for you to go anywhere big. You're just going to stay small if you don't think of yourself highly. And that's something I've been trying to work on a little bit more, going through, figuring this entire, when I heard of that, reflecting over and going, you know what, maybe they're happy to have me. And people are saying, like, they're lucky to have you. Now, again, I'm not the smartest person, but you have to think about it. It's not just how smart you are. It's about how good you are to be on a team. It's about how good of a person you are, because it's a software company. This is a multi-billion-dollar company, I found. It's a big company, by the way. But this company has no problem teaching someone who, I know basic code. I mean, I'm pretty good. I'm not impressive. But let's just say I knew nothing. They don't have a problem teaching me. What they will have a problem with is teaching someone who's a jerk. They don't want a jerk working with them. They don't want someone who's annoying. They don't want someone who's childish. They want a responsible, respectful person who can work on a team. And this was what I was telling myself and going, you know what, maybe this is why they wanted me. And it just made me feel like, you know what, I should start thinking like this, thinking more positively. And that's something that really just I thought of, giving myself more confidence, so that I can think of myself higher and get through life better. And going through confidence, I'd like to transition a little bit, just do a quick thing, is I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but when I'm walking and I'm about to run into someone, I can't just choose right or left. I freak out because I always feel like, oh, okay, he's on the left side, I'm about to go on the right. Oh, but he's merging right. Oh, no. And then I bump into the person. I'm sorry. And Ashley's always next to me, and she goes, what are you doing? So what I do is now, when someone comes in, I will go behind her. And she goes, can you get here? Can you come up here? Stop going behind me like a scared cat. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And she just walks regularly. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Because I'll walk up and I'll go, oh, I'm sorry. You there, and then I'll go here, and then we go over here, and it's just, yeah. And I just start overthinking everything. And that's something I'm bad at. I am bad at overthinking. I overthink everything. I don't know if I've said this in other podcasts, but I overthink everything. I overthink what time should my class be. I overthink where my class should be. I overthink what color should my shirt be today. I overthink anything you could think of, the smallest thing. Oh, should you get this kind of cereal or this kind of cereal? They're both like $2. I can't decide, and I'll just think about it for half an hour. And so that's something I'm trying to work on, is just try to just go with the flow and try not to bump into everyone, because I do that a lot. Now, lastly, I'd like to end this with, speaking of confidence, I wanted to talk about working out. So I've started actually working out a little bit more now, and I've tried to, because before I told you guys how I used to work out a lot, and I took a break, and I tried to get back into it, and it just wasn't going. I was working out like once a week, sometimes even once every week and a half, 2 weeks. That's not real. That's not a true workout. And so that's why now I've actually started working out almost every day. My goal is at least 3 times a week, but right now I've worked out, I think, 4 times. And the week's not even ended yet. So I might even work out tomorrow, because what I'm trying to do is don't aim for 3, aim for even higher. Just like, let's just say I want to get a $100,000 job, like a salary job. No, go for a $200,000 salary job and don't quit, because at some point you're going to reach 100,000 if you keep going to 200. But if you go, you just want 100,000, at some point you're going to settle for 80. You're going to settle for 50. Always, I want an A. B's okay, But if you go, I want a B, you'll settle for a C. It always ends lower usually. Sometimes you can get up to the grade you want it to, or the salary, but that's a good reference of frame. To always aim higher so that you can get as high as you can. And working out, I've been starting to do that, and I feel a lot better. I feel more confident. Whenever I have time, I've been trying to work out as much as I can. I've started a program. Justin actually gave me a program. I don't fully do the program. I'm doing a few things. Like, they're a full-on bodybuilder, and they'll be like, bench press 3 reps. I'm not doing that. I'm doing 10, because I can't put too much weight on me, because I do have a heart condition. I said that in the last podcast. It's not a crazy heart condition or anything bad like that. It's just like, don't lift crazy weight. You have to be more careful with it. That's really it. It's just be more careful. And so I've been doing that. I've been feeling more confident just from working out, which that's what I recommend for you guys. If you guys don't work out, try to do it. That might get you happier, because it really does. Like Ashley, sometimes she'll have a bad day. She works out. She works out a lot. And she'll have a bad day, and she'll just go out for a run, or she'll do squats or whatever, and she'll just feel amazing. Or if she doesn't feel confident, she'll do it and she'll feel so confident. It's the same with me. Everyone, you most likely will feel so confident right after you work out. You'll feel like you own the gym. And that's my recommendation for today. That was my entire life, and I recommend. Always shoot for the stars. Don't think low of yourself, and work out. I'll see you guys later on the next episode of PO Thoughts. Bye, guys.